Alrighty, let's go ahead and start it. Hello everybody and welcome back to another Gaiscioch Community Summit. I'm your host, Benjamin Foghladha Foley, the founder and activities director of the Gaiscioch social gaming community. This is our third quarter. It is a month late. Sorry guys, this last month was absolutely insane. I'm sure a lot of you guys have had those months where it just kind of happened and you're like, whoa, where did that month go? And yeah, that was kind of like it. It was definitely a rough one. So we're going to try to cruise on through this as quickly as I can. I really thank you guys for tuning in today. First up, we got a little Gaiscioch news. Those of you that know, we have our 2021 Gaiscioch ExtraLife charity live stream event coming up. gsch.info/ExtraLife. You can log in using your Gaiscioch Passport account, not your Gaiscioch.com account. It's totally separate. It's kind of an external system rather than our internal system for community members. We are going to be streaming for 3 days. I believe we have 9 games total that we're going to be playing on stream. Maybe 10. We'll see. I might get a 10th on there. We're going to be giving away 50 plus prizes. And when I say prizes, I mean actual video games. Yeah, you'll be able to claim which game you want out of our loot vault. It'll be magnificent. You guys will love it. That is October 15th through 17th. Now, the ExtraLife itself doesn't happen until November, but this year we didn't want to back-to-back our end of year summit with the ExtraLife, so we just kind of put a date out there, made it our own. So that's what we're going to do. We are trying to raise $5,000 for the Children's Miracle Network. If you would like to donate, gsch.info/ELDonate will take you to the donation page. I think we definitely pulled it off this year. Our Twitch following has grown significantly over the last year, and I really feel that we're going to meet that goal this year. All in all, 11 years running, we are almost at $50,000 raised for the Children's Miracle Network. That is huge. So I am really thankful for all of you guys' support. Year after year, you continuously come out and support the streams, support the events. It's always been fun. So it's one of my highlights every year to look forward to. Now on to some less than fantastic news. This month we did see the loss of Mike Stormkaster Pender from our ESO community. He had a very kind of quick battle with cancer. Pretty much found out that he was fighting cancer, and then within, it seemed like less than a month, he was gone. So we are going to be holding a memorial service for him on September 13th in ESO, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Get in contact with Sir Henry Vale. He'll give you all the details. I believe Verve's up on that as well. He enjoyed doing dungeon bosses, trials, clearing dungeons. He's pretty much his entire experience in ESO was largely doing those things. He really loved them. And we're going to celebrate his life in style, like we always do. So thank you, Stormcaster, for being a part of this community. We're going to miss you. You're forever going to live in our hearts. So we'll see you again soon. And then also some unfortunate news. Some of you might be wondering where Beardtounge disappeared to. Now, Beardtounge has been a very influential member in our GW2 community since 2012. He was part of all of the Great Terran Adventures. He was one of the people that would help put together all the prizes that we did. You know, the legendary weapons. We gave away, I think, 12 legendary weapons now, and he was contributing to pretty much all of them. He donated nearly 1 million contribution worth of supplies to the Guild Wars 2 community. Which is larger than anybody. So, filled 7,492 marketplace orders. He was recently diagnosed with dementia and is currently in a hospice. So I don't know that we'll ever see him again. Even if we did, I don't know that he would recognize us. So our prayers are for you, Beardtounge, and your family, and we hope that this next stage in your life is as fantastic as the previous ones, even if you don't know. He's definitely going to be missed tremendously. He's been a huge help to this community, and won't be the same without him. So, unfortunate news aside, there was some fortunate last month. I recently was able to revise the entire participation system. All the games now earn leadership and fellowship. So where you used to earn social points, that is no longer a thing. The social points are exclusively for watching live streams now. All games now have a 3-day claim window, down from 7 for chapters. In the past, pretty much you'd have 7 days to claim your participation, and it was a static point. So if your event was 300 points, you got 300 points. Now we've created a new way. We kind of blended the adventures with the chapters, where the more people that attend your event, the bigger the point scale grows. So you can go from 50% credit. So if it's 300, you get 150 if only 2 people claim the event. But if 10 people claim the event, you get like 125% credit. And then if 100 or 50 people claim it, you get like 200% credit. So it kind of scales up as you get more and more people participating in the events. This also made it so that we don't need a community event tag anymore. Basically, if people show up and attend the event, the points will automatically scale. We don't have to boost it. So this was a much more streamlined way that we can pretty much reward people from grouping together and doing things together. The events with less than 2 people now will be purged after 3 days. So in the past, we usually would let them slide, but now they're going to be purged automatically. So there's no involvement by me. It just, the system will automatically do it. And then we also improved the registration system. With the new adventure system coming in, we wanted to make sure that the registration was kind of aligned with that. So you can now select your games right there on the thing, and it'll do all the setup for you. So that's super handy. In the works, we have new game hubs. So when you go to like the Conqueror's Blade section or the GW2 section, ESO section, now there's a lot of things that started this change. The web as itself is getting rid of cross-site cookies, which makes it hard for guildwars.gaiscioch.com to speak to www.gaiscioch.com and eso.gaiscioch.com. So instead, we're turning them into subdirectories instead of subdomains. So all of those are going to be a subdirectory. So it'll be gaiscioch.com/guildwars2/. And then that could get around that, so you don't have to log in every time you go to another page. That would be really annoying. So I'm trying to save us that heartache. And to do that, I'm creating these new game hubs that will scale based on how big the adventure gets. So if we have a few people playing, it's going to be tiny. If we have a lot of people playing, it can be big. So it'll be interesting. And then I'm also working on a Alrighty. So, what time did it cut out? I'm thinking it's 10 minutes exactly. I do think it's 10 minutes exactly. So, this month, we got 4 new elders. Previous slide. How far into the previous slide? Really? Like, way back here? Okay. So, new game hubs. We're basically building mini sites for every single game. Not necessarily individually, but it's going to be dynamic. So you go to that section, you see all the stuff. Yes, I need to really figure out why the mic dies 10 minutes into a stream. Doesn't matter if it's my headset, or if it's my desktop, or if it's my other headset. All of them die at about 10 minutes. No idea why. There's got to be something in the Windows settings, but... So we do have new recruitment trailers coming, so I'm hoping to get all of our, pretty much our expeditions on up, some recruitment videos, and yeah, it should be fun. And then I'm hoping to have everything by November, but the months have been crazy, so we'll see. They're all different, like one's a wired, one's a USB, and then another's a dongle that goes into a different USB. They're all different. So, newest elders on the board. Pedro. He's from Venezuela, currently living in the United States. Joined us in 2019, a prominent face in all of our chapters. If you've played a game with us, you've mostly run across him. I guarantee you've probably seen him. He has a natural, helpful attitude, has always volunteered to help out wherever he can. He's been doing stuff as pretty much a non-elder that most of the time elders do. In fact, for a while there, I forgot he wasn't an elder. He's just kind of that guy that super helpful, always there when you need him. He volunteers for anything that you need, and we finally decide that with New World on the board, he's going to come in and help us set that up, and this is a good opportunity to bring him on. Over on the GW2 side, GW2 has a very interesting community. We have the traditional, US crew that plays kind of in the afternoon. But we also have this really strong EU crew that plays in the mornings. And our morning, we have all these, US bound people playing, but we don't have a whole lot of, eyes on the prize for the morning hours. So we're bringing Namery on to try to help the EU side of things, especially with the new expansion coming. Things are probably going to get a lot more chaotic. There is actually about 430 people playing Guild Wars 2 with us. The website only shows people that are claiming participation. Currently, I'm working on a way around that. But yeah, it is a highly active community, and our morning crew is huge. So I kind of want to have more eldership in the mornings. So welcome to Team Namery. He's from the Netherlands, joined us in 2015 in GW2, helpful personality. Super cool guy. You should talk to him. He's a lot of fun. Over on the Conqueror's Blade side, I found this guy named Atram, and he is pretty much like Pedro, volunteers for anything. I have this really boring data assignment for him that he does every week, and he does it with a smile on his face. I have no idea how he just does it. He helps out so much. He's originally from Hungary, currently living in Switzerland, and will be helping me launch the PvP side of the Neverwinter division. So once we, or not Neverwinter, PvP in Neverwinter? What? No, in New World. So Atram and Pedro will be helping me in New World. So Pedro will be taking over the PvE side, Atram will be taking on the PvP side, and together we shall unite one new world. Over on the Conqueror's Blade side, we also had a gentleman by the name of Secret. He is from the good old USA. He has an esports coaching background and is very passionate about teaching and working with people. I mean, he is amazing at working with people. He's very patient and kind, and for a young man, this is something that's very rare today to find. So we definitely wanted to bring him on, get him kind of involved in the community, give us that little kind of edge that we need to, take us to the next step. I mean, when we're looking at Gaiscioch, we've made it 20 years, but I'm 20 years older than I was then. I'm not as competitive as I used to be, and I need somebody that can stay on that competitive edge, and I think Secret is the guy that's going to help us stay on that cutting edge and move us forward. So I'm going to be relying a lot on him to kind of help build our future directions and kind of take on the younger crowd. He enjoys competitive play and helping people and helping people become viable. He is very much like I was when I started this thing. So I really appreciate his advice and his counsel at this point. I've been kind of hitting on him a lot for, just kind of popping questions his way, and he's always really helpful. So happy to have him on the team. Now this is the fantastic part. Our Eldership team, look at the flags down there on the bottom. Those are the nations of our Eldership team. This kind of shows you just how broad this community is, and this is why I really absolutely love the MMO scene. All of these nations probably at one point or another hated each other, yet we can join together as one family and play games together and enjoy each other's company and have a great time regardless of where we're from. And this is the beauty of gaming. It doesn't matter where you're from. We can all be one family together, and that is super cool to me. We do have Guild Wars 2 Elders, Gma Fog, Old Goat, Jillabod, Dargren, Kitty, Micah, and Namri. Elder Scrolls currently run by Sir Henry Vale, Verve, and Akirin. New World is going to be Atrum, Ismina, Pedro, and Donalium. Then we have our advisory board. These are people that mostly were former elders or currently active elders that are just kind of helping advise in the background. They usually will do like little off tasks here and there, or just provide some added guidance when needed. And then you got that crazy guy up top that falls off everything. For new players this little quarter, we had quite a few. I actually had to shrink the font this time. We had so many that it just was off the page, so I actually had to go down to font size. So welcome to all of our new folks. I hope that you enjoy your stay. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to come ask. Happy to work with you. Let's go ahead and look at our promotions. This time we had a new Warlord, Beliar. Congratulations, Beliar. Warlords don't come around every day, but when they do, man, you know them. People that play at ESO definitely know Beliar. He is one of the biggest, most active running members of that community, does tons of events, super helpful guy. Guardians, Dorda, Evil, Lamosa, Pat, and Wraith, all of which have, a few of those are Conqueror's Blade folk. The other ones kind of play a couple games, actually. Wraith, how many games do you play with us? I think all of them. And then over on the veteran sides, we have Black Bacon, Babalui, Dallin, Dusty, Elf Chest, Eye of Mandorok, Eye Ancient, who is the twin brother of Secret, and Jesse, Nakira, or Nerika, Shrike, Simple Neophyte, SWAT Cat, the Green Ranger, and Winter Power. Over on the member side, these are the people that just got their first promotion, starting to get the hang of things, can start claiming events if they wanted to. Really want to welcome you guys all. Yeah, I'm sure you're having some fun. I'm hoping that you enjoy yourselves there. Moving on, got to thank my patrons. These guys are the ones that help this community moving forward. They have literally made it so I don't have to have a second job, and that is super helpful. Gaiscioch for about 10 years used to just burn a hole in my pocket, and I used to have to pick up side gigs just to help pay for Gaiscioch to run. And now Gaiscioch can basically be self-sufficient, and I don't have to pay out of pocket for everything, which is huge. Especially with COVID running rampant and all this, having to take cutbacks at work. This saved my life. Like literally, Gaiscioch would have been dead if it wasn't for these people. So I really appreciate all the support that these people have given, and even our Twitch subscribers, our Discord supporters. Huge help to all of you guys. Thank you so much for helping out. It is a huge blessing, and I can never say it enough. So thank you. Now this is interesting. Active Gaiscioch population. Now if you look, the blue is 2020. You guys know what happened in 2020. Yeah, crap hit the fan. But we saw this weird trend where the summer months actually got a boost of population rather than a decline. Like traditionally, we have a decline during the summer months, peaks in the winter months. When families go out vacationing and stuff. Well, no vacationing was really going on last year, so we had this peak. It was kind of interesting. It was the 1 year in our history where we had more people playing in the middle of June than we did, in December or January. So, yeah. See, look, 10 minutes, 10 minutes exactly. I was timing it this time. 10 minutes exactly. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Every 10 minutes, I just gotta, you know, mute my mic and turn it back on. Jeez, man. By next year, I'm gonna figure out how to fix this. But yeah, so we're gonna see a nice increase in traffic within the games that we play. We have February's coming around. That's when the new expansion for Guild Wars 2 comes out. New World's coming out. ESO is continuing to do their DLC thing, and I think we're going to see a lot of increased population over the next few months. So this will probably be jumping back up there where we were in October 2020. So let's go ahead and jump on over to the games. Right here we have 63% of our events right now are in GW2. When you wonder how active GW2 is, that's how active. 63.93%. Over in the Conqueror's Blade side, 21.97% of the events were in Conqueror's Blade. ESO is at 8.52. Deep Rock Galactic. Who would have thought? Bunch of dwarves. Space miners. 2.62%. We actually have quite a few people now picking up this game and playing it together. So, yeah, if you like mining for crystals, squishing bugs, being a dwarf, drinking, and dancing, that's your thing. Go try Deep Rock Galactic. Highly recommend it. Bless Unleash has a 0.98%. Keep in mind, this is a 3-month period, and Bless Unleash has only been around for a few weeks now. So, for 0.98, I suspect we're probably going to see that pop up on this top 5 board a little higher. And then Lotro, 0.66. We just started running events again in Lotro. Jerome has been doing some. So if you're interested in that, hit Jerome up. Or the Conan Exiles or Henry Vale still running as private servers. A lot of fun going on over there. New World had one event, being one of the betas, so it appeared on the board. Elyon had an event, so it appeared on the board, and Solo had an event. So Solo is kind of a... For the last I've seen, a lot of people are playing it solo. That's Swords of Legends online. And I don't really know that anyone's actually grouping up together to play. So if you want to be a part of a community and want the occasional chance of seeing somebody else online, then our solo community is probably okay for you. But chances are you're probably going to want somewhere else if you want to be really serious about solo. Elyon, we should have a pretty good crowd going into, probably about 25 people. I don't think it's going to be huge, not like Neverwinter huge, but we should have enough people to keep a community going. Let's go ahead and, whoops, there we go. All right, I got 6 more minutes, guys, and it's going to cut out on me again. All right, so expanding the adventure from Warband to chapter. Now, this is a process that we started last quarter. The core principles are to minimize development time. It used to take over 100 hours of programming just to get a chapter out the door. So formatting everything, doing the website stuff, all the marketplace stuff, all of that, it was like 100 hours of programming code required to get one chapter up. I'm trying to streamline it so that we can activate these things, deactivate these things on the fly without 100 hours every time. And then we're allowing population to decide. Because, I mean, in all honesty, the people, like if we base our entire community off of where we were 5 years ago, the people that were there 5 years ago aren't here now, or, maybe they're older now and their likes are different. So we're just going to let the population decide. If people want to play a game together, they're going to play a game together, and we'll put more focus into that game. So I think it'll be nice to kind of change things up a bit. And then cross-game progression. This is really cool because as you build up some vault credits in one game and then you jump over to another game, you can use those same vault credits to buy stuff in that game instead of just the other game that you were playing. So it'll allow people to, if I'm playing, Guild Wars 2, I earn up a bunch of vault credits and then I want to go play New World and I want to spend those vault credits in New World, I can. So it'll be nice. There'll be a lot of cross-pollination on that front. And then more focused adventures. We are not going to continue, like we had the original adventure system was pretty much you can meet up at a park and play Frisbee and claim it as an adventure. That would be an open adventure. Now we're kind of putting more focus into it, saying these are going to be the games that we're focusing in. If you want to play these games, then go ahead. Now if people want to start up and say, hey, we got 5 of us that want to play this game, they could create a warband. And then that warband will level up to an adventure as people join it. It'll level up to a expedition as people join it. So, here we go. Chapters, 200 plus players. When you have a chapter, you get marketplace access. A expedition is 100 to 199 players. 1 elder per 50 people, active players. So if there's 100 people, you'll have 2 elders in that expedition. If you have 150 people, you'll have 3 elders. I'm going to try to keep it around that mark. Trading post access, that's the new system I've been working on to try to allow people to buy and sell things that they find in the world without it being in the marketplace. You'll have a forum available to you, which will automatically post to Discord, so you get a little more exposure for your posts. And then a newsletter section. With the adventures, that's 10 to 99 people. You get objective-based claiming. So if you wanted to put a tower in there, when you take a tower, there would be, point value for those. You have the ability to publish guides for lore points. The Discord channels and roles will be assigned for those adventures. Warbands are kind of like budding adventures. They could take off, they could not. We don't know. But you'll have event scheduling, leadership and fellowship system, so you'll be able to do time-based objectives, and then you'll have a landing page for your little warband. And if it grows, then great. If not, well then, it's just going to be a warband, and you guys can continue playing with your 4-man team or whatever it is. For a minute there, I thought I skipped over one. Alright, so how to Gaiscioch. Linking your Discord and Twitch. These are 2 things that I think a lot of people are missing, and I'm going to do this real quick. Alright, I'm back. So I just purposely muted it and then unmuted it to see if it changed the outcome here. Alright, so linking your Discord. For our Discord sync script to work, we need your Discord ID number. Finding your Discord hashtag 1234 is easy. I mean, everyone can see that in the bottom left of their Discord. That's super easy. However, if you want to ever do something like mention or promote or do any kind of action at all in Discord, you need the actual ID number, not the name. The name.number isn't actually a thing. It's the little crazy numbers. I mean, it's like 14 digits, something like that. So like my ID right there is on the screen. It's 8435551, blah blah blah. And then once I have that, I can do things like set up macros to promote people, to give them roles, or whatever have you. So what we need you to do is go to the Gaiscioch.com, log in, you click the little connect button next to Discord. It'll take you over to Discord to verify. Discord will send back a little call that says, here's their ID number. And then boom, you have your Discord name and the ID number in there, and I can run the promotion script, and you can get cool, colorful names. Pretty soon, it's also going to automatically add you to adventures and chapters. So I'm going to try to do the roles based on that as well. So hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll have that system in place. For the other side, linking your Twitch, this is important for one sheer fact. If you watch our live streams, you will earn social points for watching our live streams. If you follow the channel, you'll earn points for following the channel. By linking your Twitch, it helps us see how many of you guys are following along. It also will give you some points. It's just another way to earn some social points. So be sure to do that. Same deal. Log in and click. You click the connect button. It'll take you over to Twitch to have you do your authentication. All your authentication's on Twitch. It's not on our site. So all Twitch does is send it back. It says, here's their handle. And then we plug your handle in. And then it just watches the feed stream for who's watching. And then every 5 minutes that you're watching, it gives you some points. So that's pretty much how that works. Alright guys, now it's time for a video. right, that was a little look at what we are currently involved in. Rock and Stone, baby, rock and stone. Chapters are epic-sized adventures for hundreds of players. These are typically 200 plus, sometimes into the thousands. It's been insane at times, but I'm kind of really happy with where it's currently sitting, where it's like between 200 and 500. That's a pretty good range. Anything over 500, it just gets like a chaotic mess. And yeah, I'm really happy where it's at. It's a lot more tighter knit. People know each other. It's good. So let's go ahead and take a look at GW2. What's coming up next?
There's familiarity in this strangeness. Like a song half remembered, a tune without words to carry it. I know you, and yet I don't.
You will soon, little one.
Who are you talking to?
Just an echo in the mist. A possibility.
Look around us. Your children would be trapped in the past, if not for me. Their worlds are carved from the jade that I gave purpose. I promised them a future. A century of progress cannot end this way. I'm not... Kantha's not just a spoke in some grand cosmic wheel.
Would a great innovator give up so easily on that promised future?
I won't. I'll find a way to save us all.
That is just a tiny bit of what we have to look forward to with the Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons. For those that didn't know, there's a new expansion coming to Guild Wars 2. It's coming next February. Really looking forward to it. We're going to get a new guild hall, so once that comes out, we're going to be packing up everything and moving to another one. So be ready for that. No more running water 24/7 in our guild hall. Yep. Well, maybe. I don't know. It's very aquatic, and we're going to have fishing spots and everything, so it's going to be kind of cool. There is going to be fishing coming into the game. You also get skiffs, which are boats that you can cruise around on. There's also going to be a multiplayer mount called the Siege Turtle we'll have access to. That'll be interesting to see. So for their fall to winter 2021 kind of their little chart here, they have the Elite Specializations betas. The September 21st already happened. Actually, no. September? That's this month. September 21st hasn't happened. We already had one back in August. October 26th is the next one, then November 30th. Return to the Living World, pretty much August through September 28th is all Season 4 stuff. Then the Icebrood Saga comes out October 19th through the 30th. Festivals of the Four Winds is going to hit August 31st, which was a little while ago. I think it might be still going. Is it still going? I'm not sure when it ends. But the Shadow of the Mad King, October 5th. Winter's Day, December 14th, and then Lunar New Year on January 25th. Save the date, DirectX beta. This is going to be a huge thing. For those of you that didn't know, Guild Wars 2 runs on like DirectX 9. And that is not good when it comes to how cool our CPUs are, or our GPUs are these days. It doesn't even use it. It pretty much uses your CPU. And that's going to allow it to use more than just your CPU to do graphics, so it'll be nice. I'm really interested to see how that turns out on the 21st of September. Then even bigger news, first World versus World Alliances beta September 24th. That is where we can start seeing what life after Sanctum Morale is going to be like. So the servers that we have now are going to go away when this new alliance system comes in. So Sanctum Morale will be no more. It'll be a guild and that's about it. We'll probably create an alliance called Sanctum Morale and try to get some of the original Sanctum Morale guilds involved in it. But for the most part, I think the server name itself is going to go away. Fortunately, we still do have the historian Gaiscioch in the Black Citadel that tells the story of Old Oral. Be sure to check that out. And then ExtraLife 2021, November 5th. That is the official date for ExtraLife. So if you wanted to do, you know, a go at all the events that we're going to be doing, and then go again and do some ExtraLife festivities on November 5th, I say go for it. But it should be interesting. So next up, we have Elder Scrolls Online. If you didn't know, they had some new content.
These damn acolytes. Followers of Mehrunes Dagon. They never stop. The Order of the Waking Flame is searching for something. Dangerous relics of the past. Now they descend into forgotten reaches of Tamriel to scheme and unlock power. And my home, in the dark reaches of Oblivion, is under threat from the Prince of Destruction. Disaster is coming. And we need all the help we can get.
Alrighty. So, Elder Scrolls, The Waking Flame. 2 new dungeons, new item sets, new collectibles, outfits and dyes, new furnishings, new achievements and titles, and quality of life improvements. If you have not taken a look at the Update 31 patch notes, highly recommend gsch.info/ESO31. There is a metric ton of stuff in there. So you'll be scrolling for days, trust me. But yeah, it's continuing out their little path here. It's going to be pretty interesting. We got the winter DLC, and then they'll probably be announcing kind of what the next chapter is going to be. So it's going to be kind of neat to see where they're going to go next. Aside from that, we have our expeditions. These are large-sized adventures with more than 100 people, but less than 200 people. Kind of that middle ground. These are things that might turn into chapters.
The stories you've heard. They don't tell the whole truth. The island is indeed a place of legend. There is power and vast riches as well. But many who've sought to claim them have simply vanished without a trace. Your ship is stocked and your crew assembled. Chart your course and your fate. We can pretend no longer. This corruption must be stopped. A prayer for the souls of your crew.
All right. So New World. This is the big up and coming. If you were not aware, Gaiscioch is going to be there, pretty big standing. I mean, it's not going to be a small community. We have open beta planned for September 9th through the 12th. I will be temporarily forming up Gaiscioch to get some screenshots of the roster page so I can start building the tools that we're going to use to kind of streamline everything. But we don't really intend on having a full-on clan this beta. It's just too short. Come launch of September 28th, we're going to be launching 3 different clans, all on the Marauder side, all on Phineas. Phineas is a name from Irish mythology. So kind of a given we're going to go there. So we have plans to support up to 300 players. Aside from that, I think if we exceed that, I might have to look into, some better heart medication. I don't know. We'll find out. That's just a whole lot to manage. And I definitely would need some more elders to pull that off. But yeah, so focus is going to be PvX. So that's person versus person and person versus environment. We're going to be doing a lot of crafting, expeditions, no world, you name it. We have a Discord role already in our chat, so you can go over into Discord, discord.gg/GSCH, go to the welcome or the getting started area and click off that Neverwinter logo, and that will unlock all the Neverwinter stuff for you. If you want to play with us, you can sign up at gsch.info/g/NW, and that will take you to the New World section. So what are our plans? Okay, so here we go. We got flowcharts, people. Gaiscioch, this is your point of entry into our community. Everybody will come here when they start. The leaders of this one are going to be Foghladha's Ismina. Donna Liam will be there to help. Weekly events going to be happening here. All levels are welcome. There's going to be a 7-day AFK window. So if you are gone from the game more than 7 days, you're going to get rotated out. You can rejoin as soon as you come back. Super easy to do that. It's a revolving door. We've been using it across the board on all of our games forever. You can participate in any event. So if you're in Gaiscioch de Nuada or Gaiscioch de Dannen, either one of those, you can participate in events. And then it's new player friendly. So we're going to be taking on a lot of brand new players, have no idea how to play the game, and trying to get them in shape to be able to join one of our other 2 houses. So over on the left side, we have Gaiscioch de Dannen, which is going to be our PvE focused community. This is going to be for the players that don't really want a PvP, but they want to be a contributing part to the overall role. All 3 of these are going to focus on one town, and we're going to try to build that town up together as a united Gaiscioch. So it's not going to be us versus them. It's going to be all of us together working towards one goal. You're going to be able to go here at level 40. There is a 14-day AFK window, so you can miss 14 days before you get rotated out. And then you will need to be registered on the website if you want to join the PvE side. Now on the PvP side, pretty much the leaders are going to be Conqueror and Atrum, Conqueror being me on another character name. And then you'll be able to join level 40, 14-day AFK window, website registration required, and Discord required. So we're not going to let people into the PvP community unless they're willing to be on Discord at least to listen. When it comes to PvP, you don't have enough time to type, especially not in an action combat game. You don't have enough time to type. You got to be in Discord to at least be able to listen. Can't do that. Can't really have you there being a detriment. So we are going to be trying to build up 300 warriors under one goal. So be sure to join. You can go gsch.info/NW, and that will get you there as well. So yeah, it's a lot of exciting stuff happening. We have Pedro helping out on the PvE side, Atrum helping out on the PvP side, Ismina helping out on the new player side. Should be a lot of fun. So the adventure size. These are our medium-sized adventures with less than 100 players. The big one right now is Conqueror's Blade. This is the one that I really enjoy spending time in. It's a siege warfare game that has both PvE and PvP. This season, they basically split out the game into 10-week seasons, 10 to 12 weeks usually. And we're currently in Season 8. It's all Ming Dynasty themed currently. We took over some prime real estate in the northern borderlands. This is the biggest region in the zone. We took off a huge chunk up top. Consistently 40 to 50 players online for territory wars. Last night I think we had 55, somewhere in there. We maintain some of the highest ranked fiefs on the server with 4 and 5 star fief quests available. These fief quests are basically the easy way for you to get new units. So they give you this EXP called Honor, and you use that Honor to buy units. And by getting those units faster, you become, a more formidable foe faster. I host the War Report which has brought some pretty explosive growth to our Twitch followership. You'll see that a little later. You'll notice that, oh wow, look at that. It totally went up, like really fast. How did it do that? Well, that's how. The Word Report has brought in 1,000 plus people to the live stream, which is pretty cool. We've had several fights against the Yellow Turbans, Immortal Crusade, Nightmares, Goblins, and Cohorts this season. A lot of good fun happening. We have over 80 active weekly players, and then we recently had Odin join the Alliance. So some more friends joining the party. If you'd like to get involved, register for the community over at gsch.info/join. You can log in over at gsch.info/cb. You can claim your characters every week on Saturday. I add them all to the system, and then you can claim them. Verify your Discord, and it will automatically give you the ranks for the various Conqueror's Blade things. So you'll be able to see the members only and the knights eventually. And then you can find us in-game by searching for Gaiscioch. Also, if you are a more casual type that doesn't really want to participate in territory wars, or maybe you're just kind of curious, want to dip a toe in, you don't want to quite jump in the pool yet, look up Eric Dub. Capital A-R-A-C-H, capital D-U-B-H. That is our second house that we use for alts and casual players. That gains all the benefits of being with us without having to be with us, you know? So it's like getting all the benefits, but none of the commitment. It's perfect. So as soon as you earn 100 prestige in either of those houses, you become a knight, which allows you to spend more money on your unit kits every week, restoring them. And then you also get bigger payouts on all the stuff that we own. At 1,000 prestige, you become a noble in the game. Now, the nobles are limited to the first 20 that get there. Every season, we reset everyone back to cadet, and they all race back to noble. House titles are awarded on a weekly basis, and those are awarded to the top weekly prestige earners. You get prestige by doing quests, turning in thief quests, doing battles. All your weeklies and dailies, those will earn you prestige. And then if you're It's been 10 minutes again. Mic down. So if you're looking for competitive play, talk to iSecret or Door to join one of our strike teams. Yeah, I kept looking over there. I'm like, any second now, any second. But at least now I know it's on a 10-minute mark, so I can do a little research there. So next up, we have Elyon. Elyon is kind of one of those games that had the most unfortunate timing. So as you guys know, New World delayed their launch by a month. And they put their launch date a day before Elyon's release. Now, Elyon and New World are very much major competitors. We will be playing Elyon. We will probably have about 25 people playing Elyon with us. We're going to be on the Vulpin, the Blue Alliance, and on the Leticia server. Unless there's no Leticia, then we'll have to choose another one. So look up the Guild Gaiscioch. We're going to be there. We're going to have an event on Fridays at 3 p.m. Every week. That's Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. You can learn more at gsch.info/g/Elyon. Bless Unleashed. Now, this is a little game that I don't think anyone thought was going to do as well as it did. Everyone, like critics, fans, everyone thought that this was going to flop. But somehow, it's like on the top 5 MMOs played on Steam list. I don't know. It's even beaten Final Fantasy somehow. I don't know how that's even possible. But you know, it doesn't take into account the stuff that's not on Steam, so I think that's probably how. But it definitely is a fun game. A lot of people playing it. We're going to see how long it lasts. We're going to write it out as long as it lasts. Having some fun there. I mean, we've been doing Thursday 3 p.m. events, hunting world bosses, and those are super fun. Their world bosses are no joke. It's a lot of fun. So we're on the server Physeria. And then faction is the Sentinels. Now, the cool thing is when it came out of beta, you no longer were locked in, like your guild wasn't locked into one faction. So we have people in pretty much all factions, but we're primarily focusing on the Sentinels, which is the PvE faction. Our guild name is Gaiscioch. We have a capacity of 100 people total. Currently sitting at 60. We haven't filled up to 60 yet, so I haven't been increasing it. But it probably will increase eventually. And then, of course, our event's Thursdays, 3 p.m. Or 6 p.m. Eastern. So sign up over at gsch.info/g/bu, and that will take you over to the Bless Unleashed section. Lastly, our Warbands. These are our snack-sized adventures, packed with tons of fun. We have Conan Exiles. Now, for Conan Exiles, I wanted to bring on the man himself. Let's see if Sir Henry's here. I think Sir Henry's here. Let me see if I can just grab him real quick.
On in
Alrighty, Sir Henry.
Twitch is I can't log into Twitch properly because my cell phone is dead.
Welcome, Sir Henry. I've got you live on Twitch. You want to give us a little rundown on what's going on in Conan Exiles? Can you even hear me?
Well, I'm not speaking in Twitch. I don't know. How do you speak in Twitch anyway?
You just talk in Discord.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, so I run 3 servers for Conan Exiles. I'm possibly getting a 4th. Karen always makes fun of me that I need some intervention, some doctor to talk to me, say I don't need an extra server. But each server has a different map. If you haven't played Ark or other survival games, each survival game will have a different map, and then it expands the world. And when I have the server cluster where you could move from one map to the other pretty easily, straightforward. I also have a lot of 47 mods. Most of them are building type mods that make your character or your buildings and structures more interesting. Some are make the game easier to play because you can have more pets and thralls to go with you, and so on and so forth. If you like survival games and building and stuff, Conan Exiles is one of the pretty cool game with nice graphics and everything else to do all that type of things, and also has some adventuring dungeons and other things. I mean, it's not an MMO per se, so the dungeons are not going to be the same as an MMO, but there's enough stuff to do for a while anyway, if you're into that. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. Just ping me in Discord. I'm usually in Discord, and I'll answer any of those type of questions.
All right, thank you very much, Sir Henry. Next up, we have Neverwinter. And I thought for Neverwinter, who better to give a little rundown than Radiologicum himself?
Oh yeah, so that's me. Most of you probably know me from, here and there. So with the new expansion, or the new the level squish, I guess you'd call it, Neverwinter, it makes it a lot easier for new adventurers, because they've gotten rid of the experience system and they just kind of go through each adventure on its own, like you did in if you ever played the D&D encounters. It was the same way. You'd level up after the adventure and you were good to go. Okay, so with that, it's great for content playthrough now, which is amazing, because you didn't have that before. It was, I'm going to just run some dungeons and I'm going to be leveled up and everything's going to be fine, and then you were lost in endgame because you had no idea how to play your character. On that note, there is a new class, the Bard. Absolutely love the Bard, and that is so weird to say as a D&D fan, because bards are kind of useless normally. So this Bard is so OP. I love it. We currently play on PS4. Like Fog has on the slide here, we've got the rank 4 stronghold, and we have about 5 or 6 regulars, 4 to 6 regulars that play. So you'll see a few of us on if you do decide to join. It is also on PC and Xbox. I don't believe we have anything set up for PC and Xbox right now, but I mean, if you want to, just get a hold of one of us and I'm sure we can hook you up. The best thing about it is that it's not a pay to win game. You can buy stuff and have quality of life improvements, but it's not pay to win. You don't have to spend money to make it work. Also, now with the new level squish, with this new content, you have more access to better rewards through the adventure system itself. So you play through an adventure, and at the end of the adventure, you get some pretty epic loot from it, and you just got to claim it, and you're good to go. With the new expansion, they got rid of a lot of the old currency, and they made it so you could go talk to this antiquities vendor and get all kinds of cool stuff for all this old currency that you farmed like crazy for. So in our little band of people that play Neverwinter on the PS4, we have a lot of we learn from each other, I guess you could say. Like we're not gurus by any means, but we all find different things that are like, oh man, we can do this now. Oh, we can do this now. So if you do join us, we're pretty chill. You can come back and hang back and learn with us, I guess you could say. So with all that being said, there's a few things that are kind of like, oh, I kind of wish we had something better for this. So hopefully in the future we'll see a stronghold rework, which would be great because with that level 4 stronghold, like we spent, I don't even know, ask Fog. We spent years on years on this stronghold. It's been insanely difficult to raise it. So hopefully we see a stronghold rework with that. You still have to grind end game campaigns just for the dailies and weeklies so that you can finish those and get your boons and you'll be better off in PvP or PvE or wherever you want to go. We would like to see some more community involvement. It would be great to see other people come join us, even on the PS4. On the PS4, that's where we normally do it. But I mean, I would jump over to the PC if somebody wanted to play it on the PC. So just, let us know if you're interested and we'll make a guild there.
Yeah, we have a guild over on the PC side. It's actually leveled up a little bit.
Do we have, how many people are on that?
The roster has about 140, but I don't think anybody's logged on in the last 6 months.
Oh, okay, so it's not very. So it could be really active if you guys wanted to play on it. So
yeah.
I would like to see a Dragonflight rework. Like the Dragonflight was this big event that happened in the Guild Stronghold, and hopefully with the Stronghold rework, we'll see that come into fruition again because I love the dragons in Dungeons & Dragons. It's amazing. And also, I would really like to see the Paladin be able to solo stuff again. And that's all I've got. That's all I've got for Neverwinter, guys.
All right, so we do have Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern events on the PlayStation. You're welcome to join us. If you're interested in joining the PC clan, it is installed on my computer. I can get you in there really easy. Just hit me up in Discord, and I can get you in there. Would be really interesting. When the game first launched, I think it could have actually been a chapter if we wanted it to, and if we had the drive. I spent too much time building a module for it. And by the time that I built the module and I got it all out, like nobody was playing anymore. They all left. But it was quite a cool game early on. It was just really grindy, and that kind of drove a lot of people away. But it's fun, and if you like free to play games, it's a good one to give a try. So feel free to connect with me. I'll get you on the PC side. Maybe we'll have some PC gamers join in. But it is on. We do have an area where you can claim events and stuff on the website. So feel free to do so. And thank you, Radio, for giving us your little feedback.
Always.
Next up, I'm going to invite the world-famous Kitty to give a little rundown on the best little dwarven game you've ever seen. Welcome to the party, Kitty.
So, you are a dwarf and you are digging a hole. That's going to be great. Now listen to me. This game, Deep Rock Galactic, it's like Left 4 Dead, Vermintide. Well, it's dwarf, guns, beer, beards, and killing a metric ton of bugs. The game is fun from the get-go, so you don't have to grind to find the fun. Each and every one of the classes, each one of the dwarves, has different mechanics and tools to help your team. It's very, very nice, and you unlock even more ways to have fun. It's up to 4 people. You don't have friends, it's okay. You can make your own. You have a robot that has infinite ammo, can revive you and shoot rockets. Who needs friends when you have a robot? Me. But it's okay, you can have a robot. And There are different missions. The developers are super nice. They release a metric ton of stuff that other games, they want you to pay money for that, but they don't. What do they sell? They sell hats and tattoos and beards. Yes. So the game is buy to play. You pay once, or you can also, well, after buying the game, you can buy the expansion, which is more hats and beards. Everything is cosmetic. They release new guns, new game modes, new missions, new music, new beers. And you know what? That is without charge. It comes with the base game. Rock and Stone. Yes.
Thank you, Kitty. Really enjoyed having you step in and give us a little rundown on Deep Rock. I know this is a game that a lot of people are starting to pick up and play. Even some of our Conqueror's Blade crew picked this up recently and started playing together. So I think that we might see a little rise of the Rock and Stone here in the near future. All right, let's go ahead and proceed.
In a world where no one is safe, where your country is conquered, where all is lost, stand up against all odds and find your path in the new world. Among the sorrows of everyday life and simple joys, push your limits. Outsmart your foes and slay them. Find new companions. Create a place to call your own. Face threats alongside your friends, or become a threat yourself. Join us now at brokenranks.com. Who? Him.
Do you still remember? Those days of old. Albeit dark and festering. I long for them, somehow. The days before long-lasting peace was snatched away by the greedy, the endlessly indulged in corruption, with blind eyes and deaf ears. They don't even know what's happening below. Listen carefully. Hell is about to break loose. Remember the old days. Searching, wandering, facing the unknown, taking, killing, raging, back when we were unstoppable. We now face the dawn of a new age. Let's meet again.
Master of mankind, may thy light guide us in the darkness. Burn the heretic, kill the mutant, purge the unclean. Master of mankind, grant us strength.
profane war. But now, our world has been torn once again. The demons have returned. With roaring destruction and waking nightmares.
Address me as your majesty, so better say your majesty. I might react erratically. Throw you in the fire, purifier. I'm Messiah, my empire. Don't allow the better find yourself a place that might be grace and promise. Say it twice, my name divine. I'm aiming high. Wanna give my face an eye. Take a power, saving life. Glory to the emperor. My temperature is rising. Oh, it's hot as getting violent. I need silence, I need silence.
Now, out of hope, we turn to myths to prove that not all is lost.
Alright everybody, there we have it. Those are some of the games that we can look forward to coming this fall. Funny enough, right after I put that trailer together, Lost Ark got announced that it was going to be pushed on to early 2022, which is kind of, I guess, an Amazon thing. They put out a trailer announcing a date and then immediately push it back, like right after. That seems to be a thing. But our top 5 chapter prospects right now: Ashes of Creation, New World might pull it off, we don't know. Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, still keeping a close eye on that one. Those are from the makers of the original EverQuest series. Guild Wars 3 was loosely announced. It is being recruited for, so we know that's coming, we just don't know when. And then EverQuest 3 was announced for Darkpaw Games. They're producing the next generation of EverQuest, so we'll see what that looks like. But those are the big kind of the big ones that are drawing attention right now. Adventure's launching soon. New World's going to launch in September. Elyon the day after in September. Gatewalkers is looking to fall test. That's a time-traveling MMO that is pretty fun. It's another top-down survival style, kind of mixed between Diablo and Valheim. Should be interesting. It's very casual-friendly though, which is nice. Lost Ark coming early 2022. Warhammer 40k Dark Tide spring 2022. Over on our adventure watch list, we have several. Astaria, which is a little-known indie game, MMO. Blue Protocol, another one similar to Genshin Impact, but MMO instead of just a co-op game. Camelot Unchained, we've been watching this one for over a decade now. Chrono Odyssey, that's a new one coming out of Asia. It looks really cool cinematically. It looks almost like an art, like going to an art gallery in an MMO. So I'm not sure what it's actually going to play like, but so far the visuals are really pretty and it looks like some pretty cool stuff. Corepunk is kind of a top-down isometric kind of MMO that has, I believe there's still forced PvP in it, so I don't know how well that's going to do with us. Defend the Knight's coming out probably in another couple of years. They're another indie studio building an MMO, largely based on PvE with a hint of PvP involved. I'm not sure how it's all going to play out, but I'll bring it to your attention when it's worth talking about. Embers Adrift is the Saga Leucemia team. They rebranded as Embers Adrift so that they could do their own thing instead of trying to keep it within the IP of the Saga Leucemia folks. They are working on some cool things, and I'm going to be covering that as it's developed. Still way too soon to really know for sure. Fractured has been having several of their test periods open. It is an isometric survival game / PvE, PvP, all of it. Haven't really gotten a large amount of interest in it, maybe about 10 people. But it's been relatively quiet for some time now. Into the Echo is a new one that was released and announced. That is going to be an MMO that is another time travel themed MMO where you're going to be jumping around various time periods. So that'll be interesting. The Myth of Empires is kind of like a blend between a kind of a Ark and kind of Conqueror's Blade, where you can recruit units to fight with you and take over cities and stuff. But it's a whole lot of work. From what I played in the beta, it's a lot of work to do anything in that game. So if you are the grindy type of person, you might like it. If you're not, well, then you might not like it. But keep an eye on it regardless. You never know how these things might change. Odin Valhalla Rising is a game that's going to be an MMO plus a mobile game. So whenever you hear those two in combination with each other, really kind of take it with a grain of salt until you see it in action. It could be great, it could be horrible. You never really know. Palia is definitely getting some traction. That is that really adorable one that looks like Disney and Studio Ghibli had a baby and produced a video game off it. It should be really kind of cool. It's kind of in the same vein of like Pine or any of those, except with a real big kind of Stardew Valley or, you know, Harvest Moon style gameplay where you're focusing on building up your little village and stuff. Past Fate's another MMO that's being developed by an indie team. Still watching that one. Not really much to talk about yet, but I will definitely let you know when that's something relevant. Path of Exile 2 is a sequel to the Path of Exile, which is available pretty much on everything. It's another Diablo-like game that is definitely getting some traction. So once that comes out, we will definitely have an adventure for it. I'm sure we're going to have quite a few people playing it. Project BBQ, no, this is not the game where we're trying to get, you know, the BBQ from Burial's old house to his new house. Eventually he's going to do it. But no, this is a kind of the Dungeon Runners, I believe is the name of the game. It's a sequel to an original game that was released quite a while back, but it looks really cool, but it's, you know, it kind of disappeared the last year. Like, we haven't heard anything on it in like a year. So we'll see how that turns out. When it pops back up, I will be sure to let you know. Project Magnum just got released. They just dropped a trailer, rather, and that trailer is very similar to Destiny. So if you like Destiny, you might want to look up Project Magnum. It is going to be a kind of a small party group type of MMO where you can go out and do missions together. Reign of Darkness is another indie MMO that's been in development. When it starts putting out videos, I'll be sure to share. Rise is another really good looking Asian MMO that is coming with a Norse theme. And I really want to feel good about this one, but I have my reservations. So I'm going to wait until we can see some more of it and maybe get our hands on it before I really try to endorse it. But it has some really cool ideas. But, you know, we've seen a lot of games with cool ideas that didn't really come out and be as good as an idea as I thought it would be. Sky Climbers is a crowdfunded MMO that I personally crowdfunded, and it looks really cool. It's kind of a blend between the survival-y type of games and, you know, the kind of Genshin Impact style graphics and gameplay. So it should be interesting. That one actually is going to drop sometime this fall, at least into the early access phase. So I will be sure to stream that and let you guys know how good it is, if it's good at all, and we'll take a look at it together. Tower of Fantasy is another MMO that's coming from the east that is also a mobile game, so I'm kind of cautiously optimistic on it. It looks really cool. It's another kind of Genshin Impact style looking game. It's kind of the third of the holy trinity between Blue Protocol, Sky Climbers, and Tower of Fantasy. So we'll see if any of those turn out to be as good as they look like they're going to be. So now it's poll time. Head on over to that little URL and we're going to run a little poll. It's going to be a quick one this time, but I thought it'd be fun. So the question is, what will you be playing this fall? etch.ch/X S lowercase x and then uppercase X. What are you most looking forward to playing this fall? nothing speaks like people actually voting, you know. So let's see. Should be good. Let's give this a try and see. I'm sorry, Dorda, Blood Bowl isn't on there. I know your heart was set on it. Oops. I'm going to post this URL really quick in there for you. Doo-doo-doo. All right, that should be the URL. Go ahead and click on it. Let us know what you think. We have a Final Fantasy adventure, it's just not active. As soon as people start posting activities and stuff, it'll pop back up there, but right now nobody's really doing anything there. Alright, there you guys have it. Pretty much New World is looking like it's the big to-do. We got Conqueror's Blade second place, Guild Wars 2, Bless Unleash, and Deep Rock Galactic tied for the third running there, with Neverwinter shortly thereafter. I think we had a total of 28 people vote. Now that is a tiny sample of our community and what's actually going to be going on. A lot of people aren't here today. It's a holiday weekend and all, so, you know, probably not the best time for me to plan this. Oh, so hate this microphone. Alright, so New World, obvious. The big thing that people are interested in right now. I kind of expected that. Conqueror's Blade in second, that I didn't quite see coming, but it is still second. I'm really excited to see how Conqueror's Blade's going to fare when New World comes out. I'm hoping it does not take too much of a hit, but I suspect that the landscape of Conqueror's Blade is probably going to change a little. Yeah, I hate the software. That's right. I hate the software. Darn it, software people. Write less buggy code. Guild Wars 2, Bless Unleash, and Deep Rock are all right there, 10.2%. We had 28 people vote. So that's a very small sample compared to the entire community. So we'll see how that all fares out in the long run. Overall, I think that we got some pretty exciting things coming down the pipe. I look forward to sharing those adventures with you, and it should be a lot of fun. So that brings us to our little Twitch broadcasting. So this is Twitch. You're probably watching it right now, unless you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, jump over to twitch.tv/Gaiscioch. This is our channel. Now, 3-year Twitch growth. I thought this is pretty fun to see. Like, October of 2019, we were 908 followers. Currently sitting at 1,870. Now, if you look at how that little ramp kind of just rolled right on up there, that was about the time that I started doing the war report in Conqueror's Blade. That has been a huge boon to our community and driving traffic to us. And ever since, it has, you know, brought a wealth of opportunities and fun things coming. If we continue growing this rate, we might even become a Twitch partner. Who knows? Should be really exciting regardless. Now, coming this fall, this is what my event lineup is going to be. So these are all going to be events that you can join in and participate in. It's not just going to be me talking to you through a live stream. This is going to be you can join me in each of these adventures. So Sunday at 11 a.m. is going to be New World. On Monday, 3 p.m. is going to be Conqueror's Blade Expeditions, followed by Guild Wars 2 at 6 p.m. Pacific time. On Tuesday, we're going to have New World. That'll be at 3 p.m. And then Wednesday is going to be Neverwinter at 3 p.m. on PS4. Bless Unleashed on Thursdays, 3 p.m. Fridays is going to be Elyon at 3 p.m., followed by New World at 6 p.m., and then Saturday is going to be Conqueror's Blade at 11 a.m. On top of that, there are 2 events for Conqueror's Blade that are not on this list, which are the 5 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday and Saturday, which is Territory Wars. Those we don't broadcast because, bad guys will know what we're doing. That'd be bad. Aside from that, we are going to jump on over into the community roundtable here. So if you'd like to join the fun, head on over to discord.gg/gsch. If you're watching on Twitch and you're going to join us there, please mute your Twitch now, and we will unmute the Discord. All right, party people, welcome. So today we're going to do this a little differently. If you got an event you want to promote that you're going to be running, feel free to let us know. Happy to call on you and let you talk about the event that you're going to be doing. If you have a question about Gaiscioch, please feel free to chime it in. You can hit it in Twitch chat. You can hit it by just kind of saying that you have a question, and I'll be happy to answer for you. Make sure that you mute Twitch. Otherwise, you'll hear me in like a 15-second delay stereo.
Until the mic drops.
Yeah, true. So, Kitty, you have an X.
Yes. My question is, if we are only 2 people playing a multiplayer game, is that okay to post and claim?
Yes, it'll be 50% credit if both of you claim. If only one of you end up claiming, it's going to delete the event like it never happened.
So, but how does that work? Like, is the person who does the posting also claiming?
No, the person that leads, posts the event on the site. The person that attended the event claims the event on the site. So they are the participant of that event. The way that the leadership fellowship system works is you have a leader that posts everything up there, and then you have a participant that verifies that that leader actually led an event. If nobody verifies that that leader actually led an event, it's basically considering that leader as posting fraudulent events, and it deletes it from the system so that nobody signed off on this saying that you actually did it. So it's going to purge it from ever existing.
Okay. So it's okay to post if it is just 2 or 3 people having fun in, let's say, a small dwarf game, type Galactic.
Yes. The only time that won't be really a thing is if you're trying to post in a game that's not an adventure yet.
Okay. Thank you.
Crow of Eden, you have a question.
Yeah, hey. So I followed the Final Fantasy channel for a while. One of the concurrent problems with it is that currently the way that the game works is it's broken down into data centers with servers in those data centers. And they recently had made it possible for inter-data center travel to different servers. So, like, if I was on one server, if someone was in the same data center, I could visit them, they could visit us, we could go do stuff together. This fall, they're opening it up so that now anyone across any data center can play together. So it means that one of the current issues is that there are players that just aren't on the same data center at all. So, like, we can't do things together. With that being lifted, if you wanted to do something like an adventure or something like that, is Final Fantasy in that category to plan stuff and do stuff with people?
You already can plan stuff and do stuff with people with it. It's an adventure. It's just it hasn't been active, so it's kind of hides itself from the list unless somebody's starting to plan stuff. So, like, if you wanted to post events for Final Fantasy, you could right now.
Well, yeah, no, I mean that's the problem currently. Is it because the data center travel isn't open? I could plan stuff, but only people that were on my data center would be able to join me. But once it's lifted, then everybody, no matter where, you could be on the European server or an Asian server, and everybody would be able to play together.
Absolutely.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that that was the case.
Indeed. I know Radiological still loves that game, as Mina still plays it regularly.
Yeah, they're getting their next expansion.
So yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
All right, who else got a question or who wants to promote an event? Puka, are you still running events?
Oh, no, nothing right now.
What about that D&D campaign? You doing the D&D anymore?
Yeah, but that's That's always up on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
To try to do 2 campaigns a week or 2 sessions.
Well, if you want to get in D&D involvement, go reach out to Puka. He does some good work.
Yeah, last session we spent 4 hours buying horses.
Sounds like real life.
Yeah.
All right, Dorda, go ahead and give your promo. I have a feeling there's some Blood Bowl coming on.
There is some Blood Bowl coming on. Anybody that can see in public says that we have started our Blood Bowl League. It is official. We actually got our 8 teams. I welcome everybody to come and pick a team to cheer on and pick a team to hate. And we plan to get everybody to stream the games while they play in public group so that anyone that wants to check it out can watch and make fun of us. Because it's a lot of fun to watch a person end another person's season by killing their team and sending them to the hospital.
It is quite an interesting game. It's like football, but murder.
We do have our 8 teams for this season to get it started. Anybody that has any interest, please contact me. We do plan to have another league after this Fog Bowl is done. It is a sports RNG risk management game. Basically, you just try to keep your players from falling down and dying and score touchdowns.
Sounds like my high school football team.
Thank you, Fog.
Radiological asks if we are going to have a Serious Sam adventure because the whole pack is on sale right now on PS4. I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to have time for Serious Sam right now, but it's definitely something on my shopping list because that was an amazing game for its day. All right. Do we have anything else? All right, Crow, go ahead and ask your other question.
Yeah. So, I saw the PvP promotions and stuff like that for New World. I didn't get to experience it because I didn't hit level 50, which you needed to sign up for it. But they had like a tower defense system where you had to fight against PvE waves of enemies. I do believe, like the corruption enemies.
Yep.
I was wondering if we were going to be doing those as well because it seemed like a limited sign up type of deal.
Yeah, there is not going to be a part of New World that we don't get our hands involved in. We're going to have our PvP company basically running the front, and anytime that somebody wants to join them, they are welcome to join up and do the events with them. But Discord will be required to do any of the PvP activities. But like when we have like a onslaught or something like that where the PvE mobs are coming, we can easily have people join up in that and participate in that. And I don't know that we're going to be to the extent where we're going to be pretty much just us filling up those. A lot of times we're going to be bringing in community members as well.
Yeah, I figured as much on that end. Like I'm very much interested in the PvP. I did a lot of PvP like when I was trying it out the last beta, but I would love to have seen some of that. So I guess like I just wanted to mention it because I didn't see mention of it.
Yeah, we will definitely.
So that was my other question. Okay.
All right. Do we have any other questions? Gmod Fog, are you still here?
Yep.
What events are you going to be running anytime soon? Anything?
The only thing this week I'm taking one more week off because of my hand, but I will be running my Saturday event in Guild Wars 2 at 8 a.m. PST, and we're doing map clears. We're close to map completion. I think we only have four more zones to do to get our world completion. So.
Awesome. Good to hear.
And then we start over.
That's the fun of it, right?
Yep.
All right, Micah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so most of you guys know me from Guild Wars 2. I run multiple events. But we have been struggling on Saturday. It's introduction to the raids. If the people would be willing to do some raid training, it's we go with the basics. Any character, level 80 character will do. It's the raids are first. It's all about mechanics, and then later on, it becomes about the builds and everything else. And yeah, so if you would be willing to check what the rates are, those are happening on Saturdays. It's on the calendar every Saturday. And of course, I have the other events on there as well. We are running on Sundays those return to living season 4 maps to get the people all the achievements. So yeah.
Awesome, thank you. All right, do we have any other questions about the community, about what we're doing, about where we're going? All right, if you have any other future questions, please feel free to hit me up in Discord. I'm always around. You can always find me in Discord. Pretty much there 24/7. It'll beep my phone and I'll jump right in there and try to help you out. So feel free to let me know. We will be back again in 2 months. So usually we have 3 months between these, but our big annual Gaiscioch conference is going to be in November. And that is going to mark our 20th birthday, guys. 20 years of this. 20 years of putting these together and doing things together and having epic memories together. I really look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you all later. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.